Our topic was about similar health benefits of endurance and high-intensity interval training in obese children. The purpose and significance of the study was to compare the health aspects of endurance training, or ET, and high-intensity interval training, or HIIT, on obese children ages 8 to 12. Childhood obesity has increased over the last several years, and this article is trying to find ways to combat it.
The methods of this article were that the experiment began with 100 outpatients. Then they went down to 15 for the HIIT exercises and 15 for ET. This was because not all the participants were used either due to personal reasons or that they did not meet the qualifications. The researchers measured at baseline and after 12 weeks of exercise. These were body mass, food intake, pubertal stage, body composition, blood pressure, blood test to look at composition, VO2 max, and oxygen levels with treadmill tests and heart rate.
So some examples of the tests that they did to measure all of these body measurements were the cardiorespiratory test, which measures the oxygen composition and carbon dioxide output through breath sampling every 30 seconds. Time to exhaustion was also recorded too. Heart rate was measured at rest, during exercise, and during recovery for this test. Next, they did blood test, and with this, samples were collected by a catheter inserted into a vein after the child did not eat for 12 hours. Many things were measured, such as glucose, cholesterol, and hemoglobin levels. Standardized methods were used to obtain these results at the University of São Paulo School of Medicine. Food intake was also measured. It was assessed pre and post experiment and also 3 times a day during the study. During these assessments, they were able to tell how much food and beverage they consumed during the previous 24 hours. The participants were given 3D food examples to learn about portion sizes they should be eating.
Methods: workouts for ET or endurance training. Exercises performed twice a week for 12 weeks. 30 minutes of continuous exercise at 80% peak heart rate. Increase the duration of the exercise by 10 minutes each week for a total of 60 minutes by the end. Researchers measured heart rate, oxygen levels, blood pressure, and more. Participants burned anywhere from 206.7 to 659 calories from the start of the 12 weeks to the end.
Methods: workouts for high-intensity interval training. So the exercises were performed twice a week for 12 weeks. 60 seconds at 100% peak, so as fast as possible, and those participants covered about 120 meters. 3 minutes of active recovery at 50% peak, so walking or jogging after that 60 seconds at 100% peak. And then you do 3 rounds of this for the first 3 weeks. After that first 3 weeks, you add another round every 3 weeks. You end with 6 rounds of these exercises at 12 weeks. Researchers then measured all the same things they did for the endurance training.
Next, we'll discuss the results of this study. So both endurance training and HIIT participants had an increased VO2 peak, which basically means that they're able to get more oxygen to their lungs efficiently during the workout and during recovery times. ET and HIIT participants both lost weight, but HIIT participants lost more. Cardiorespiratory variables were the most improved. With this, oxygen intake and carbon dioxide output were both improved, heart rate was improved, and the overall resting pulmonary function was improved too, which is basically like the function of the lungs. And with all of this, there was no evidence of pain or injury during the study.
Discussion. Exercise, along with diet, is one major way to manage childhood obesity. HIIT, or high-intensity interval training, has been proven to be another method of exercise for metabolic and cardiovascular improvements among all ages. HIIT, or high-intensity interval training, is roughly 70% more time efficient than endurance training, or ET. They both produce good results and benefit the body, but high-intensity interval training, or HIIT, takes a lot less time. Children are naturally prone to short bursts of energy, so HIIT might be a better option for fighting childhood obesity.
Both HIIT, or high-intensity interval training, and ET, endurance training, are equally effective exercises, but HIIT is more time efficient and appealing to children. So basically, HIIT might be a better option with fighting childhood obesity since it is more appealing to children and has ultimately the same effect.